May I play on your DX7?
Yeah, of course.
I have antibacterial gel. It's very important when you're going to use other people's instruments. So, what surprised me the most about the DX7 the first time I actually saw one was that it reminds me of those old Casio keyboards with all the presets. But I understand you can also program sounds from scratch on the DX7?
It's so complicated that like 99% of the people that had a DX7 in the 80s, they didn't change the sounds.
No.
So that's why you have all these sounds that's on like hundreds or thousands of tracks. Like the piano, like electric piano. Maybe we could find it.
Find some classic sounds?
Yeah. It's like electric. This one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like this sound is like on so many tracks, and some bass sounds also.
Yeah.
Like the lately bass that I don't have on this one. It's like on so many tracks because this is the DX7 II, so it's like a follow-up to the classic. The classic first DX7 had like membrane knobs, so it's like harder to program.
But this is
membrane buttons, I mean.
Oh yeah, so this has different sounds than the first one?
Yeah, it has some different sounds and it has some more features, but it's basically like
harsh brass.
But it's mainly presets.
See this one I recognize.
Yeah, you probably heard many of those sounds.
I think John Cale used
because it's as we can see, it's not that difficult to program, but it's for people that are used to subtractive synthesis with like a cutoff and resonance and stuff. It's like a completely different fish.
This looks a little bit like Axel F.
Yeah, Axel F track uses a DX7.
Aha.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool. So what do we do if we want to make a new sound, a complete new sound here?
Yeah, we could say if we're going to save this, we should start on a preset that we don't need. Like piano one, we don't need.
You actually have to erase a bank or a sound?
No, but you have to save them in the end. And then it's really convenient to just save it on the slot that you're editing it in. So you don't have to like search for another preset that you can delete.
Because you only have 64.
This one has a lot. It has 64 and it has 4 banks because of this expansion card. So we have enough space.
So you have 2 here and 2 there or something?
Oh, it's like so many different banks. So but I think the original DX7 had like 64.
Okay. That's what you have in the sort of
or
preset.
It had, I'm not sure about this.
So but
if you want to start to do something, you should start with like initializing a voice. And this is a little different than the first DX7. So it's like, I can understand why people don't program these synths.
Okay.
Because it's like, you have to press edit.
Yeah.
And, tune.
Yeah.
5 times. Yeah. And then initialize voice. And yes. Are you sure?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, so now you could listen to.
So voice A and voice B, does that mean that you can have like different waves? Like in my synthesizer, you have the option of having a.
Yeah, that's a special thing for the DX7 too. That you could have like layer 2 sounds on top of each other.
Okay.
But it's like we don't have to use it now, but you can like program one patch and then people use it for like chorus.
Yeah.
And chorus effect, so they make one patch and then they stack 2 patches on top of each other.
So should I have a sign?
Yeah, just try.
Okay.
Yeah, now we have a sign like similar to the one we had on Operator.
Yep. So you also have the operator knobs here. 6 operators. And you have these algorithms, but they look a bit different from the live algorithms.
Yeah, like the original DX7. This one has 6 operators compared to 4 as we had on the operator synth, and you can see so you can see like here 2 is modulating 1. They have the same sort of like 3s.
Yeah.
And just as in the operator, you could see like the one at the extreme right has like just 6 directly out with no modulation, so you could use it like an additive synthesizer.
And these come more in pairs, like is it because of the 2 voices or banks?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just like they are like similar to each other.
Oh.
So they're like, I think this one is the same, this 1 and 2 are the same, but they have different feedback. You can see
how they connect differently.
If they connect back, like the here on
because
number
they're stacked just like equally, but they are connected differently.
They have a different feedback loop. So here it's like, this one, actually the 6 one is, the 5 one is feeding back into the 6. I haven't really tried that too much. But for most cases it's like you use like 1 or 2 first, and then you use to copy the parameters. But there's like mostly for experimental music that you use like all 6. And you can also note that there are no algorithm where all 6 feeds, all 6 modulates each other.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't work that way for some reason.
But so we have a sine wave now.
Yeah.
Can you show me how to do bells? Because I love bells.
Then we start at algorithm 1.
Okay, that's the first algorithm button. Yeah.
Yeah, and we just use two operators. That's enough. For now.
Yeah.
And then now we can only hear. Here it's not called A and B. It's called 1 and 2. Now we only hear 1.
The initial operator.
Yeah. So then we have to introduce number 2.
Okay. How do we do that?
Then we have to take the output level.
Output level? Shall I just press this?
Yeah, press it. And we have to choose the right operator. We have to choose number 1 and 2. We have to choose number 2, which is there.
Okay.
And then you can play, and I can increase.
Operator 2, you're increasing.
Yeah, now I'm increasing the level until we hear like the modulation. You can hear this is the same thing as we did with the operator in Ableton, but you could hear it has a different. It's just the same setting. It has a different sound to it. And that's an interesting thing because FM synths are supposed to be digital, and many of them are like made with the same mats, but they still sound different. Because I think like this, we could compare. It sounds really, really different.
So different sine waves as well, like the different sort of timbre. It's pretty similar.
Yeah, pretty similar. But for some some cheaper ones, they sound really different.
Could it be the quality of the operator? Can they vary?
I think it has something to do with the chips that produce the sounds.
Okay.
But now I'm talking against myself because this sounds like quite the same. But if we're trying a bell sound, then first we have to adjust the envelope.
Okay.
To make it like longer.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like die. Now
so increase the release and sustain.
And that now things are starting to get interesting on the DX7 because it's a completely different system. It's not ADSR at all. It's like this Yamaha system, which is called like envelope generator, which is here.
EG, okay.
EG. And this is something completely different.
What do the R's and the L's mean?
The R are rates, and the L's are level.
Okay.
And 99 is the fastest.
So it starts at the fastest, and you have to sort of
for rates, 99 is the fastest, and for levels, 99 is the loudest. So if you like, instead of and there's no graphical interface, so you have to know this. So you have to find the R1 is the rate from when you touch the key until the note.
The attack?
Yeah, the attack. And the R4 is the release after you.
Yeah.
So now I have to go to R4, I guess. You could play and I try tweak, see if I have. If you.
Maybe it's not the fourth.
Right. Yeah, we're on the wrong operator.
Oh.
We have to choose operator 1. Here you go. Yeah.
We got release.
Yeah. Yeah, now we got to release on the 1, but as you can hear, the 2 is dying away as soon as we leave the key. So we do the same for operator 2.
What was operator? Oh, you do it in... Okay.
Yeah.
So on the same...
Yeah, so now we got something like an electric piano or something.
Nice.
It's not a bell. But
very loud.
Yeah, it could turn down a little bit.
Yeah.
But now it's like the easiest thing to make on with FM, and also the DX7 is like an electric
So you just
piano.
you modulated the R4 on both the operators.
Yeah, I didn't modulate it.
No, sorry.
I adjusted it, so it has this is like similar to the long release that we had on the operator. So now we get something similar to an electric piano, which is really nice. But we're making a bell, and the interesting thing with bells is that they are like notoriously hard to make on a subtractive synthesizer.
Oh. But easier on the FM.
Yeah, but really easy on FM. So that's like bells and some sort of like plucked sounds, and the string sounds could be like really hard to make because they have like a lot of odd harmonics.
Yeah.
And to make odd harmonics on the FM synthesizer, we have to adjust the course of the modulator. So we get like an inharmonic relationship.
Okay. So mathematically complex overtones or something like that?
Yeah, because we could choose, like now it's like 1 to 1. The carrier has the first harmonic, and the modulator has the first harmonic. So we have to change that. And then we go to oscillator, is it called there?
Okay.
The oscillator to change the course of the modulator.
Okay, so on operator 2, you use the oscillator after we've tweaked the release on both operators.
Yeah, so now we can see like the carrier is 1, and the modulator is 1, and then we get something close to electric piano sound. And if we are going to make something more similar to bell, we have to make sure that they don't have like a harmonic relationship. They can't be even numbers. They have to be odd numbers.
Both have to be odd numbers?
No, just the modulator.
Okay, so...
The carrier stays the same.
Okay, you just leave the carrier at 1?
You leave the carrier at 1.
Okay.
And then you adjust the course of the modulator.
Okay, but yeah. You said it has to be an even number or not, the operator too. If the carrier is an odd number, then the operator has to be an even number. So they have to be different.
Yeah, they have to have a relationship. But it's like not like 1 to 1, not 1 to 2, not 1 to 4.
Okay.
They have to have like this relationship that gives odd harmonics.
Yes.
And like if we have 1, 2, 3, maybe a little more bow-like, but 4. And we have to also, I think we have to have the modulator a bit more silent. To maybe like this. And it's still not a bell.
It's a bit Christmassy bell kind of. Yeah. Closer.
Yeah, it's starting to get more bell-like. But if we have, I think if we have maybe 7 is getting more.
Because it starts sort of splitting the. There's like a. It sounds like a split in the sound, like something is going in a different direction.
Yeah, it sounds like there's like odd harmonics. That if we analyze this, we could like put it into the computer later on. If we analyze this, it's you can see that it's not like 100 hertz, 200 hertz, 300 hertz. You get a lot of different numbers that is not in the or not the multiplication of the original frequency. Yeah. So I think like the best bell frequency is 7.5 maybe.
Oh, so you can actually adjust the decimals.
You can. And like.
This sounds more like the MIDI bells I use. They are often out of tune, or they are perceived as out of tune anyway. So it's very different to add it in a sound. Is that like, does that automatically happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does, because you get some like odd harmonics that could be heard as the original as the bass frequency.
Okay.
So you could like easily misunderstand, and you could hear it as like you could hear C as a G sharp or something.
Yeah.
Which makes it interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I think like this. I think we have to adjust the envelope even more.
Because it has like the overtones of several tones.
Yeah, it has overtones that is not multiples of the carrier.
Yeah, exactly. So it's starting to sound a little bit like a bell, or
yeah. But it's really bright. Now it's all right in the bass section.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
It's really this is, I think, like down here it sounds.
So 7.49 on operator 2.
It could be anything, actually.
Yeah.
But go on.
No, but the less the number
it's like
is possible to divide on the initial operator.
It could be like it could be like anything. But I think like if we could try different bells, I think I like 7.49.
Yeah.
And there's also some like ways of making it the bright ones not so bright.
Could we cut some of the top frequencies, perhaps?
No, you can't.
Okay. Okay.
Because there's no filter in this thing.
Oh, so you can't. But can't you adjust the release and the decay a little bit?
Yeah, maybe. That's a good idea. But you could make it like you can make less of operator 2 in the high register.
Ah, okay.
But you can't really filter out anything. Or you can, but not inside the synthesizer.
No.
So it's but we could adjust the envelopes a little bit more first.
Okay.
The envelope generator.
Yeah, EG.
And we take like, I think like we should take away the modulator a little bit before the carrier.
Okay.
So we
Is
have.
This the level now? No, this is still.
This is the release.
Release.
There
Okay.
are 4. So yeah, I think now it's.
Yeah, it does actually. It doesn't makes a lot of difference, even though it's very bright, but it's so intense.
Now, but what's cool with this is that you can make some like really long notes. If we take operator 1, you can make some like ambient music really easy with this thing. If we take
on
like
operator 1?
Yeah, if you take like operator 1 and you put this like really down,
yeah,
then it will just stay.
Yeah.
And there's even this one called level 4, which means that like the note will stay forever.
Okay, like a eternal sustain kind of effect.
Like this will never go away. So it's perfect for.
Oh, and you can just add tones on top.
Yeah.
And all of them will stay, or at least the reverb of it, or
it will stay as long as you don't press as many notes as the complete polyphony of the synth.
Oh, like
so
the number of keys?
The number of the voices it can play simultaneously.
Oh, and how many? Do you know how many there are on DX7?
I think it's 8. We could try.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, now I think I think it's 8. And then we can start like introducing more operators. Maybe it's a little annoying with this staying for everything. So we can make really long release. It's like 7. Yeah, we introduce number. Yeah, maybe we change algorithm to no.
Were we on the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes more sense to start with operator. Yeah, we could just start with operator 3 because the operator 3 is going directly out.
So we stay on algorithm 1 on operator 3 as well?
Yeah, we could just stay on 1. And then we do the same thing with the release for the 3 and for the 4. Can we hear it if you turn off? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, then this is 3 and 4.
It's like you cancelled or something.
Yeah. But it's like 3 is really silent. We turn up 3. Here's 3. And here's 4. Then you get like this modulation again. And then... Yeah, now it's getting like Eno-ish. Then we turn down number 1. It's very fast, gets really like Brian Eno-ish.
Yeah.
Start doing like this. We introduce like just more. Introduce all of them. Like 5.
Now you're on operator 1 again.
Now I'm on 1. And now I turn down 1. So now what we hear is the sound of the carriers, that is 1 and 3.
Yeah.
And the modulation, that is 2 and 4 and 5 and 6.
So you turn down the level of the carrier to sort of decrease the influence of the sine tone?
Yeah,
or?
no, to increase, decrease the first carrier. so we could hear the second carrier, that is the 3.
Yeah, yeah. So.
But it's, yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. But we could introduce, like when you introduce the maybe we'll just keep it to 3, 4, 5, 6 now. And adjust the envelopes. And now it's getting like really fast, very fast. It gets really complex when you have like when you introduce all of them.
It sounds as if there's like a slight echo effect on it. Is it because you turned down the attack on the one operator and then...
Yeah, there is no real echo.
No, but it was like you pressed it and it was like ding ding, sort of. Oh, maybe not anymore.
Yeah, there's no real echo, but you could make echoes with this. You could like you could delay like the entrance of operator 2 with the envelope, so you can
exactly. So
make
that's a sort of like a emulation of a delay.
Yeah. But it's what I want to show is that these things gets really complex when you start having all 6. So you have to turn on the 5 is up.
I like these frequencies. They remind me of modems.
Yeah, it's really artificial.
Like all these overtones.
It sounds really artificial, and it is really artificial also. Yeah, let's go with like all 4 in this chain now. In this chain, in the first.
Yeah, there you have like a sort of delay-like sound.
Yeah, it's because of now we have the 6th operator.
Oh.
So it's like it enters and it leaves when you let go of the key. Huh. So what I want to do with that one is to give it like a slow attack. So now we hear the sound evolves and try to play. Now we're getting closer to the like some of these 80s sounds. It's a bit too bright. So we turn down the 5 maybe a bit, maybe the 4. And make the 4 go in a little slower. No, this is number 4.
Like a pad.
Yeah, this is like ambient material. And I think if we add some detune also, a little bit of detune, it will get even more. So more movement.
Are you adjusting it? Oh, yeah.
The detune of the... And then we reintroduce 1 and 2.
Operator 1 and 2?
Yeah,
okay.
But 1 is too loud now.
And you did this just by... You selected the algorithm, or...?
No, I just... you could turn on and off the different operators.
Oh, I didn't understand this. Oh, that's great. So you can sit and punch in and then check out the different combinations of operators here.
Yeah. You could have a go. Turn off the...
Oh, so what, do you know which ones we have now?
All of them.
You have all of them, okay. So you don't have a 5, do you?
Yeah, now 5 is out.
And 4 is out?
Yeah, 4 is out. you.